Costco sues U.S. government over tariff refunds ahead of Supreme Court ruling. They've sued U.S. government to ensure it will receive refunds if the Supreme Court rejects President Trump's bid for sweeping authority to impose tariffs in a complaint filed Friday in the U.S. Court of International Trade in Manhattan. Costco said Trump's use of an International Emergency Economic Powers Act to impose tariffs left it uncertain whether businesses can recoup sums they should not have paid. Based in Issaquah, Washington, Costco joined dozens of companies suing to safeguard potential refunds. It is also amongst the largest, with $275 billion of revenue in its fiscal year ending to August 31st. Nation's largest warehouse club operator said U.S. Customs and Border Protection denied its request for more time to make final calculations of tariff owed, threatening its right to complete refunds even if the Supreme Court rules against Trump. Customs and Border Protection had no immediate comment. Costco did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Other companies have also sued to preserve refunds, include Bumblebee Foods, Ray-Ban eyeglasses, and Kawasaki Motors, Revlon, Yokohama Tire, and court records show a few other companies there as well. Tom, your thoughts on the story?
Well, first of all, words talk, numbers scream. Let's start with this number, 91% to 8% at Costco. You know what that was? Percent of corporate donations to Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump. 91% Kamala Harris, with the Issaquah, Washington, the liberal blue state of Washington, headquartered Costco. That way, so the next time you go to Costco instead of Sam's Club or Walmart, ladies and gentlemen, think about that score, 91 to 8. So a company that's 91 to 8, what do? They hear that possibly the tariffs are going to flip back the other way. They sue the federal government because here's what they want. They want, remember, the tariffs are under executive pen, so they went in. They want a refund from the federal government. If they flip it back the other way, they want a refund for all the tariff money they paid this year. And they're suing the government to get that placeholder, that precedent there, so if the Supreme Court goes the other way, they get the money back. Now, I take you to this. Once upon a time, I get a speeding ticket on the Ventura Freeway near Thousand Oaks. Not crazy. It's like 72. I was driving to work. I wasn't paying attention. It was only 55. Now, later, that speed limit, I was a much younger guy, went to 65. You know, except like right near Encino, it was 55. But the 101, going out to Ventura, 65. I was unable to go downtown and say, hey, wait a minute. I got a speed ticket for 72 and a 55. It's now 72 and a 65, and not one person's ever been pulled over. Can I have my $100 back from my speeding ticket?
You didn't do that.
No, I didn't. But if I had done that, what would they have?
You would have been Costco.
I would have been Costco, and they would have said, kid, get out of here, or we're going to follow you home, and every time you don't perfectly stop for a stop sign, we're giving you tickets.
Wow.
That's what Costco's doing. And by the way, remember, 91 to 8%, folks, support Walmart, support Sam's Club. If you happen to disagree with a company based headquartered in Blue, Washington, they gave 91% to Kamala Harris and 8% of corporate donations to Donald Trump.
Who gave 91%? Costco did?
That's Costco. 91.
What did Walmart do?
I don't know what the exact number for Walmart, but
can you get the numbers for Walmart and for Target?
I think they were more 50-50.
Walmart and Target, or Walmart? Walmart. Jeff, what do you think about this? What do you think about what Costco is doing? Do you think this is it's just more like insurance protection to get the money back?
I mean, they're like Tom said, they're putting a marker down and saying, if the Supreme Court rules this way, we want to make sure that there's not some legal trickery that we give up the rights to our refund if the Supreme Court says you can't impose tariffs. I mean, in one sense, you expect companies to act that way.
What's the likelihood Supreme Court's going to rule against the president?
I don't think it's very high.
Okay. Got it. So if nothing happens, then they're moving on. They're just, hey.
But you do have, I mean, to Tom's point, you do have to wonder about the political theater about all this. Are they trying to make a political point out of doing this and make it, some kind of a...
Who is the Costco CEO? Let's see who the Costco CEO is. By the way, just stay on that, Rob. Rob, right there, if you can pull that up. Okay, so Walmart is 52.9% to Republicans, 47. Yeah. So they're pretty even, Steven.
Pretty even. Which is smart.
what is Target, by the way?
Based in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Target, you couldn't see anything with Target, but you're seeing the stuff with Walmart. Okay, let's see who Costco CEO is, Rob. Who is Costco CEO?
Remember, it was founded by James Senegal, who they would nickname Senegal. And he was a flaming liberal, the guy that created Costco. With so much good and so much service for the American people that's come out of that business, you have to remember it was a liberal cesspool.
So this is the current CEO of Costco. 91% went to Kamala Harris. Let's go a little bit lower. 2% serving a forklift. He became an assistant warehouse manager, Phoenix. Price Club expansion to Colorado, 91. And warehouses, Oro, Westminster. And then after Price Club, Costco merged, 1993. He moved to Arizona, 19 became the regional vice president. He joined Costco's corporate management. Great. So you worked his way up to being the CEO of the company.
And the previous guy said he got attention because he said Costco will not eliminate its DEI policies.
Yes.
Where do you see that?
Last sentence.
As CEO of Vouchers gained attention from Costco, announced it would not eliminate.
That was his predecessor.
Got it. So we know what Costco is. Hey, babe, if you're watching this, when are we canceling the Costco membership as we're going through this? Let's give our business to Walmart. We do as well anyways. We like Walmart. We like Target. But listen, by the way, matter of fact, let me see. Is my wallet here? Let me see if I got my Costco. I rarely carry it in this wallet because it's so thick. I've had a Costco card. I've been a member of Costco for 20-something years. Look at AAA. I've been a member of AAA for, how many years does it say? Do you see it at the top? I've been a member all the way in the middle, right here.
Yeah, 23.
23 years.
Well, over 20, they give you the little circle thing.
But do you know why? You know how many times I've used AAA? My pastor would make fun of me because when they would pull me over when I would run out of gas, they would call me by my first name because it would happen so often. 40 or 50 times I ran out of gas in my car. I use AAA. Shout out to AAA.
3 years from now, they'll be profitable on you because you're not driving anymore. They'll finally make up for all of those.
Finally, we're making. Can you see like a red mark on my name? This guy's not profitable.
And all of a sudden, you stop driving.
Anyways, but look, I mean, Costco is a great place to go shop, and we go there regularly. You got Walmart and other options, but we make decisions like this. If it's politics and if it's theater, what they're doing, fine. If they're hedging against the risk of getting some of that money back, and legal is telling them to do that, it is what it is. But Tom just shared a number that tells us a lot. Brandon, will you go shop at Costco after this?
No, and this is exactly the problem with what the lack of tariffs, the lack of protectionism has done to America. Like Costco's mad because they import a third of the things they sell from other countries, mostly from China. But that shouldn't be the case. If we had tariffs, if we had more protectionist policies in place, then they would be sourcing it from America. But they say the problem is America can't manufacture those things. Yeah, because of a lack of tariffs. Like, when did Costco really start blowing up? They started really blowing up in the 90s, right around the time that we brought China to the World Trade Organization. So Costco's mad because, they thrive in a world with no tariffs. That's an internationalist world. But in a world that's, I think, good for the middle-class American, Costco doesn't exist. There's a bunch of smaller grocery stores that, can be competitive on prices. But when Costco exists, nobody could survive on a smaller level because Costco undersells all of them because they buy everything from China. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course it does. But most of these guys buy, like Walmart does as well, Kmart does as well. It's not like they don't. Rob, can you actually
That's
pull
why
up?
consolidation has happened, though.
No, I agree. But can you pull up, Rob, and see what percentage of products in Walmart and Target and Costco are made in China? What percentage of their products are made in China? I'm curious. Will we be able to tell? That's a good question. Okay, according to 2020, 60% of Walmart's imported goods to the U.S. come from China. There you go. But it used to be from 80% down to 60.
Nice.
Damn. So they went down a quarter of a point, right? They went down a quarter of a point.
I bet you it was like 20% in the 80s.
Snafu. They had to reshore
It
a lot
wasn't
of production.
intentional. That's because they didn't have a choice.
They didn't have a choice.
That's
because
the part,
of
Tom. Yeah. So some analysts estimate that for non-grocery items, categories like electronics, toys, apparel, and house goods are 75% or more sourced from China. Walmart has publicly stated that around 2/3 of U.S. store merchandise is made, grown, or assembled in the U.S. Okay, so the bottom line product mix is estimated to be around 40 to 70%. What's Target? Go a little bit lower. Target executives said that roughly 30% of Target's products are Chinese-made. 30% figure represents a reduction from 60% 2017. So Target's actually doing better than Walmart is in China, made in China products. And then Costco, China, they actually don't have numbers on that.
I had to come up saying a third of theirs comes from international. Well, not China specifically, but international, theirs is a third.
Got it. Okay, there you have it. We're getting smarter, folks. That's the goal. New Year's is around the corner. 2026 is going to be here like this. And for us, we had our off-site meeting yesterday. at Ritz Fort Lauderdale, which I'll tell you later on. But every year before we get into a new year, we have a long strategy session. Yesterday started at 7:30. We ended at 8:45. The best meeting ever. We've never had a meeting where this many strategies was shared and the plans of what we're doing going into 2026 with all our 9 business units. But the question is, for you going into 2026, how ready you are. A lot of people asking and said, hey, how did this whole thing get started, this whole YouTube thing? Was it accidental? Was it intentional? Was there a strategy behind it? I want you to watch this video, and then you'll see what I'm talking about in regards to December 12th. Go ahead, Rob. So in 2013, we started a YouTube channel called Valuetainment. In the first year, Valuetainment got 167,000 views. That's it. And we were ecstatic. The next 10 years, total, we got 491 million views in 10 years. You know how many we got last year? 1 billion views. You know how many we got last quarter? Last quarter alone, all social media and our YouTube channels combined, YouTube is 700 million. Social is 900 million. Combined, nearly 1.6 billion just last quarter. Why? Because every single year, we would plan for the following year. And I would watch everybody say, well, you know, I don't need this. Every year, we would pay to see how we can make our YouTube channel tighter, data, stats, all of that. If you're watching this, you said, man, I want to be able to plan for next year as well. Fantastic. December 12th, I do an event every year called the Business Planning Workshop. If you haven't yet registered, click on our link below, get registered. I'm going to share with you our numbers, what we're going to be doing, and you'll be able to apply it for your business plan as well. I look forward to seeing you there. There you go. Everything comes down to a plan. If you haven't yet registered, December 12th, go to the link below, get registered. Let's spend an entire day together. People from around the world are going to be on. There's going to be tens of thousands of people on. Companies are sitting and watching the whole thing with their employees and their sales team. Go to bpw.bedavidconsulting.com to register or click on the link below. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.